Okay, babies, let's get into this next episode of What the Hell Your President is Doing. Child, this is very concerning when it comes to the future of elections. As Trump has said when he was running for this 2024 presidential bid, that we will not have to vote ever again. And what he is doing right now, what I'm about to tell you guys, is kind of ensuring that. So the Trump administration halts funding for two cybersecurity efforts, including one for the elections. Let's get into this. So the Trump administration has cut millions of dollars in federal funding from two cybersecurity initiatives, including one dedicated to helping state and local elections of officials. So the U.S. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, known as CISA, has ended about $10 million in annual funding to the nonprofit Center for Internet Security, a CISA spokesperson said in an email on Monday. So it's the latest move by the Trump administration to rein in the federal government's role in election security, which has prompted concerns about erosion of guardrails to prevent foreign meddling in U.S. elections. Child, not only should we be focusing on international meddling, we need to be focusing on domestic meddling, okay? Because I don't believe this man won this presidential election fair and square. I do not. But I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't believe that some of our past presidents didn't win from meddling in elections as well. But neither here nor there. I'm going to say allegedly, Jeb. So, CISA announced a few weeks ago that it was conducting a review for elections related work, and more than a dozen staffers who have worked on elections were placed on administrative leave. That followed an administration move to disband an FBI task force focused on investigating foreign influence operations, including those that target U.S. elections. I have grave concern for the state and local election officials and for the security of our elections going forward, said Larry Nordine, an election security expert at the Brennan Center for Justice at NYU School of Law. So, in recent years, this organization has faced substantial criticism from Republicans over past efforts to counter misinformation about the 2020 election, presidential election, and the coronavirus pandemic. Previous CISA leadership had said the agency never engaged in censorship and only worked with states to help them notify social media companies about misinformation spreading on their platforms. So, when asked on Monday if the review of CISA election work was complete and if the agency could share a copy of the report, an agency spokesperson said it was an internal review to help inform how the agency moves forward to best support critical infrastructure and what was not planned for public release. So this organization falls under the Homeland Security part of our government, and it also has a elected official for the director of the overall department, although your president has not elected someone to be over the CISA. And also, according to this article, it says that it's really just going to be cutting that specific task within that organization that is supposed to be watching over the elections, which is very alarming and very scary if you ask me. Congressmen and women are very alarmed by this, and they are worried about the security of our elections going forward. And just being an American citizen and reading this, why is this not being pumped out to the masses? Why is it that I have to research this stuff to find out this is what's going on with our country? This is kind of disappointing.